And we are live. What is up, everyone? Welcome on in. Happy Thursday. Or should I say Happy Francisca Thursday? Yeah. Welcome. Alright. Yeah, nothing much to say. More Ace Attorney investigations tonight. We are still continuing with the final case, and it is still the final case. So, yeah, that was a very long, first beginning part. From last Tuesday. So if we're gonna put on continue, I think we just got to the middle part, investigating a 12-year-old crime scene. So we're gonna get to it. So recap. What was the recap? It was supposedly Fifi Lagarde's trial. Then the trial was suspended. Apparently, brat prosecutor Eustace was kidnapped. He was saved. Sean Fenn was also kidnapped and he was saved. Now, we're apparently investigating a 12-year-old crime scene, so I guess let's get to it. Alright, let's do this. Nothing much to say. I bet I won't be finishing tonight, so we're probably gonna continue this next week. Alright, April 6th, 3:25 p.m. Big Building Plaza. Alright, Kay, if you could set Mr. Thief in motion. Sure, looks like there's more than enough here to work with. Where do you want to start? Good question. Let's see. It seems there was an eyewitness. A freelance journalist by the name of Alf Aldown. Wait. I did not read the case file yet. Alright, SS5 case file. Occurred on February 10th, 12 years ago. President of Zengfa was kidnapped and ransomed for $100 million. Wow. President's presence at embassy until midnight confirmed by Da Long Lang. Prosecutor in charge, Excelsius winner, suspect Fifi Lagarde. That's it? Okay, let's just investigate the rest of our evidence here. Okay. Shoot. Give me a sec. Alright, sorry. I'm just double checking my closed caption settings. Because it seems that it's sort of jumpy. Alright, okay, hopefully this would work now. Alright. Okay, freelance journalist by the name of Alf Aldown. But apparently, he was killed by the culprit for witnessing the kidnapping. So this is where he saw it all happen, huh? Here? As in the big building? No, construction of the big building only began a year ago. Wow, that... before that, it had been a piece of abandoned property. And before that... now we're getting to the stuff I know. 12 years ago, this place would have been... the happy family home. Like for retired people? No, it was a place for children without parents. An orphanage, in other words. Okay, shoot. Why is my closed caption so jumpy? Sorry, just give me a sec. Okay, testing 1, 2, 3. Are you captioning? I don't think it's captioning directly, unless okay. Alright, the president was kidnapped from an orphanage. Yo, Tilted, what's up? Good morning to you. How are you doing? It's captioning, alright. Because I am monitoring, sometimes it's writing, then it's stopping, and then it's writing again. So I don't I think the caption is not like understanding my accent or something. Anyway. Alright, yeah, and the place was run by Fifi Lagarde. She called it her happy little home. As the proprietor of the institution, I suppose it's understandable that she came under suspicion. President Wang, Excelsius winner, and Warden Lagarde, surely the SS5 incident must be related to our current case. K. Could you enter the data relating to the murder of Mr. Aldown? It seems sensible to assume that he was killed by whoever kidnapped the president. So, if we solve the murder, we solve the kidnapping? Nice! It's understanding me better than many people. I don't know if I should take that positively or negatively. Anyway, good to see you, Telted. Hope you are doing well. But in terms of audio, like, is the audio clear? Is it not peaking or anything?
An ILL backseats with. To continue support for Pico Mysteries, please consider to donate to Hi I Am Pico and I Don't Know How to Solve Crimes Fund. You can help him by leaving comments, following his content, subscribe, and hit the like button.
Yo, ILL, what's up? Welcome on in. Thank you for the backseat. I hope you're doing well. And no, I do not have a fund. If you'd like to support, yeah, please do follow the channel. If you are on YouTube, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And follow my other socials as well. Exclamation point socials. Anyway, alright. I don't have a donate fund or donate link below. Anyway, alright. What the heck is this? When did I grow to become so blasé towards people's reactions to Mr. Thief? What we're seeing here is the front yard of the orphanage as it was 12 years ago. At least as far as the police reports describe it. Blasé. Alright, thanks. Yeah, this is how it looked when they started investigating at 7 a.m. the morning after the murder. And it seems it had been snowing. Yeah, from what I heard, the footprints wound up being pretty important evidence. The snow fell in the daytime the previous day. In other words, before the incident occurred, meaning that none of the relevant footprints would have been obscured by new snow. I think we'll need to pay these footprints some special attention. Begin investigation. Orphanage. Okay, Franny! How dare you, Scruffy? Don't you dare tell anybody. I'll just deny it anyway. Eek! Mr. Edgeworth, you gotta help me out here, sir. What's the matter, detective? It's about the SS5 incident. What else? I know Chairman Winner isn't in charge anymore and all, but a top secret file being available to us so quickly after his removal, something seemed off. So that got me thinking, and I put in a call and they told me that, well, that Miss Von Karma went to some pretty extreme lengths to get that file released. Curse you, Scruffy, I deny everything. Oh yes, whip me, Francisca. Eek. It sounds like you went to a lot of trouble for our sake, Francisca. Don't you worry, your efforts won't be for nothing. I'll solve this case, you'll see. April 1st stream, I suggest playing a fishing game. I will play the best Mario game on April 1st, aka Hotel Mario, if I get my hands on it. Boy howdy, is this ever a scoop? Whole world's gone green. Must be an outbreak of something. I'm seeing trees, green people, green clothes, everything. They must be real sick, even their clothes are green. I have never heard of that. Looking forward to it. Oh, search for Hotel Mario on YouTube. You'll be like, oh my god. You're gonna cringe. Looks like we wound up slap bang in the middle of the right dang place at the right dang time. Sure did, Chief. I don't think we're gonna get a word in edgewise here, Mr. Edgeworth. And I don't think we want to. Three planters covered with snow. Is anything the matter, Agent Lang? Yeah, something's not right. I wasn't able to look at the case file until now. Indeed, you have Chairman Winner to thank for that, it seems. Yeah, but what's weird is I've seen this scene somewhere before. What? But where? I keep thinking I've got it, but then it's gone. He appears to be lost in his efforts to remember. Perhaps I should leave him alone for now. President Wang changed after the SS5 incident. I guess he felt his trust has been betrayed. I can understand that. But to cut ties with my family completely after how close we'd been for all those years? My father was desperate to make amends, to get just one chance to say sorry. But no matter how many times he tried to get an audience with the president, he couldn't. He couldn't even convince them to take a letter to him. One time he came home covered in bruises. Who knows from where? A bodyguard maybe? Huh. Yo, Coburn, what's up? Welcome on in. Good evening to you. How are you doing? Hope you are doing well. Sorry, there's no point making you sit through old stories that won't change anything anyway. I'll be the judge of that. As warm and fuzzy as ever, I see. Not that I expected any different. That case ruined my father and my family too. The people who failed to keep the president safe. That's all. That's all we were after that. He threw himself heart and soul into that investigation. He became obsessed, in other words. Hardly the best state of mind in which to undertake an inquiry. Wow, you really don't pull your punches, huh? Look, just don't go thinking I'm only doing this because of my dad, okay? That investigation was solid, his work was meticulous, and it was accurate. It always was. He interviewed every single one of those kids, and he made sure they told him everything. I wonder if he learned anything of value. Doing alright, managed to get yourself out of the tax hole you dug for yourself. Got an appointment on Tuesday. An accountant. That is good to hear. As long as you're not committing tax fraud like Yoshi. Anyway. Alright, you. Shifu, I know it's rude of me to ask, but can we count off for old time's sake? Just once, I'm begging you. For old time's sake seems a little sentimental, but fine. Count off. 1. Sorry, Shifu. Just doesn't feel the same on my own. It's kinda lonely. Fool, it shouldn't matter if there's one of you or 100. You may be on your own here right now, but the pack is always with you. So quit whining about being lonely and howl like you mean it. Count off. 1. 1. 1. Is he crying? 1. About to grab some food. Yep, no worries. Thank you, Coburn. Go ahead and grab a delicious meal. Alright, Fender. Looks chiller than your chillest lookout here, Mouser, you know? Somebody might have to warm you up. Could you maybe take this a little more seriously, Mr. Fender? For you, K-Meister, anything. Can't believe this whole story tale began right here. Kinda crazy, right? Yes, it is a little. What were Feast and the Chairman up to, though? Where were they going with all this? Where indeed? I'd very much like to know that myself. And I'd very much like to know when you two are going to admit how much you love your Uncle Eddie. Ha! Not anytime soon. Come on, Mr. Fender. You're not taking this seriously at all. He did for about 3 sentences, which is something of a record. Alright, before we examine you, Sean and Judge Mommy. Can I help you, Mr. Edgeworth? I cannot thank you all enough for returning Sean safely to me. I can hardly bear to imagine how I would have felt if you had not come home. Hey, old guy, can't you see you're upsetting her? That was not my intent at all. Hehe. Look at our little knight in shining armor defending his mom's honor. Shut up. I wouldn't have to tell you. I wouldn't have to if you didn't keep... That's enough, Sean. Mr. Edgeworth, if you'll allow me. I'd like to apologize again. I failed in my duty as a servant of justice. I will not ask you to forgive me. I only ask you to understand that I... Judge Gavel, I do not presume to know the goddess of justice as well as you do. But she was a mother, was she not? Of other gods and goddesses? She was. Fair judgment requires personal circumstances to be taken into account. I'm sure she would understand. Perhaps your beloved goddess is more merciful than you give her credit for. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. What were they even talking about? Don't worry, Sean. I don't have a clue either. So things are finally settling down after Warden Lagarde's trial? It would seem so. Sentencing is still to come, but the guilty verdict should stand. And do not worry, Excelsius Winner's connection to the case will be thoroughly investigated. Have faith, Mr. Edgeworth. Eustace is a changed man. Indeed. He simply had some growing to do, but then, don't we all? Kay included. Huh? Kinda feel for him now. I said some pretty mean things, but I'll make it up to him next time I get the chance. And I am sure that chance will come, but for now... Indeed, we need to focus on the case at hand. Alright, Alright, we still have a 3 footprints point. What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? Notice anything? Can't believe there used to be an orphanage right here in the spot. And that Warden Lagarde was in charge. And that the SS5 incident took place there 12 years ago. Yeah, they kidnapped the president of Zengfa. That's crazy. And they killed Mr. Alldown, the only witnesses that we know of anyway. Then kept all the details secret for all those years. The more I think about that, the more you smell something fishy going on. Yeah, me too. What's even weirder is the people involved. I think we know all of them, don't we? Lagarde, Winner, President Wang. When I think back over all the cases we've been involved with recently, it's true. I can't help but think they're all connected. Then we have to dig into this latest mystery and snatch the treasure of truth from inside of it.
Pink Girl Gamer J backseats with objections. I was the killer.
Alright, then it's done. Okay, thanks very much. Have a great rest of your day and I'll see y'all next time. Bye! Nah, just kidding. Yo, Pink Girl Gamer Jade, what's up? Welcome on in. Alright, I'll keep updating the simulation as we find new stuff. Just be sure to look over everything super carefully, okay? So, we're calling on Mr. Thief's help once again, Come on, Mr. Edgeworth, it's Little Thief, and no matter how useful Little Thief is, if the information we plug in is wrong, the simulation will be wrong too. If you spot anything that doesn't make sense, try comparing it to the evidence we've collected. And we can examine and interact with everything in the simulation as if it were really there, correct? Right, just walk up to it and do what you'd usually do. Also, we don't have enough to go on right now, but if you can gather enough intel, I can even create a simulation of a different span of time. Alright, I'm counting on you should the time come. Okay, I guess you've talked to everyone, so let's just investigate. It's a porch swing with an elephant's face on it, and behind it is what appears to be a motor. You know what every dedicated swing fiend always wonders, don't you? If they can swing all the way over the top and back again. Maybe a motorized swing could finally make that dream come true. Wouldn't that be a little dangerous? And what dream isn't, huh? Nothing ventured, nothing gained. True, but hardly applicable in this case. These planters... According to the case file, the yard stretched around 3 sides of the orphanage. And there were 3 planters on each side. Oh, the yard stretched around 3 sides of the building. There were 3 square planters on each side. Yes, planters arranged in a very particular pattern. One we've seen somewhere before. Shame there aren't many flowers, but I guess that is the middle of winter. Yes, but look at that one. It's bright yellow. Weird. How come there's only one? Wait, it looks like somebody dropped it. That's a lion lily, if I'm not very much mistaken. A rare member of the family Liliaceae. I won't pronounce that. A lion lily, you say? Wait, didn't Judge Gavel give President Wang some lion lilies? What is the same flower doing here? This can't be a coincidence, can it? I believe this particular cultivar is from Asia, where it's said to symbolize the bond between parent and child. I wasn't aware you were so knowledgeable when it came to flowers, Francisca. Ha! What I just told you is common knowledge. Perhaps you just need to read a little more. I didn't know that. These footprints stop by the body. I guess that means they belong to Mr. Aldon, right? His feet were pretty big. What's that? About the size 12? According to the file, they were the same size as his shoes. It's a match. These footprints go toward the body and come back. According to the case file, they're thought to be the killers. They're about the size 9. Pretty average, in other words. It seems the police weren't able to track down who the murderer was from then, though. A tortoise and a hare, inspired by the children's story, no doubt. The tortoise races the speedy hare and wins. Alright, time for a K Faraday pop-up pop quiz. Why did the hare lose the race? I'll give you 3 options. I don't need 3 options, Kay. He lost because he stopped to rest and fell asleep. Number 1, the hare's favorite running shoes were stolen by Yatagarasu. Number 2, the tortoise trained with the Yatagarasu and got so fast that he won. Number 3, the real winner was the Yatagarasu, who plotted a surprise secret victory. Those are my only 3 options. Too hard. Alright, I'll give you a hint. The option you're looking for starts with the third. Well, that definitely narrows it down. There are burn marks on this pillar here. The report says there was a fire sometime on the evening of the incident. A fire? Let's see, where was it again? Ah! Yeah, one of the orphans set the fire with some kerosene. Some sort of prank, probably. Wow, why would a kid have kerosene? They sound like a lively bunch, possibly too lively. It seems their antics swelled our chances of finding any footprints near the entrance of the building. One of the children set the orphanage yard on fire as prank sometimes during the evening before the incident. Wow, he's an arsonist. Hey, this arch. We've seen it somewhere before, right? Indeed we have. It's the same one that stands over the entrance of the big building today. But this is supposed to be how things looked 12 years ago. Was it there the whole time? It seems the architects worked the old archway into the structure of the new building. The future is simply the past reheated. I think I heard that somewhere. And for once it seems you might have remembered it correctly. But 12 years is a long time to reheat something for. If it was your lunch, it'd be ruined. Ugh. Oh, wait. What's this? An igloo shaped like a bear, the perfect balance of cuteness and scariness. I guess you could call it all a big glue. It's quite large. You could probably fit as many as 3 people inside it. If he is an artisan, how artsy is he? Very artsy. Yeah, and they could live in there for 3 whole years. 3 years? And what about the summer? Wouldn't the igloo melt? Again, say it again, Mr. Edgeworth, please. One more time. Wouldn't the igloo melt? Gah, you're no fun. Just like me. Okay, time to investigate the body. Alf Aldown, the man who witnessed the president's kidnapping. But what exactly did he see? I based this part of the recreation on one of the crime scene photos. It seems he suffered a blow to the back of the head. Yeah, from that brick right there. They figured it must have been taken from here in the yard. Looks like the blood flowed from the head wound and spread over the surrounding area. Here, a gift for you. This is Mr. Aldown's autopsy report. Victim was struck on the head and died at around 1 a.m. on February 10th. I must scour the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention. Somebody's dropped a yellow flower here. It's a lion lily, right? According to Francisca, yes. They're originally from Asia, if I recall correctly. Yep, and she said it symbolizes the pond being painted or tiled, right? Plus the bond between parent and child, K. This cell phone must have belonged to the victim. You're right. Yeah, says here in the file that Mr. Aldown made a call while he was watching the kidnapping. A call? To whom? His girlfriend. Seems he called her when he saw the president was here. But she didn't pick up, so he left a message. That's in here too, if you want to hear it. Please. Hey Rosie, it's me. I guess you're asleep already. Anyway, I'm here at the orphanage. Something weird's going on. President Wang is here for some reason, and there's another... Damn it, the light's out, so I can't quite see, but... Looked like he was being kidnapped. Anyway, probably nothing, but I thought I should let you know. Dead. What were those sounds at the end? He must have been attacked while he was still on the phone. Agent Lang, can I ask you something? Mr. Aldown's girlfriend, what was her name? Ringer. Rosie Ringer. At least that's what I heard. It was the victim from the last case. Just as I thought. Wait, you mean her revenge for what happened 12 years ago? All Miss Ringer was left with were the memories and personal effects of her lover. And so, seeking revenge on Chairman Winner, she made her appearance at the auction. So she really was out for revenge on Chairman Winner, wasn't he? Perhaps it was for his suppression of the kidnapping. Or perhaps it was because she thought he was one of the kidnappers. This was the brick used in the murder. Oh. There's stuff made of bricks all around the yard here. They probably took it from somewhere nearby, huh? So the victim was carrying a camera. Oh yeah, according to the file, they recovered the picture. Yeah, here we are. It's the president, right? And somebody's pointing a gun at him. Okay, why does he not have security detail? This is like so weird. This must be what Mr. Aldown witnessed. So the person in the trench coat is the kidnapper? Yes, I imagine they were trying to conceal their identity. But if Agent Lang's father's theory was correct, the person wearing that trench coat is Warden Lagarde. How come they only found the one picture? He probably wasn't able to take any more before he was attacked. Alf Aldown, freelance journalist, killed after witnessing the kidnapping of President Wang. Even in the recreation, it's pretty gruesome, right? It's even worse in the actual crime scene photos. That's a lot of blood. It seems mostly to have come from the back of his head. As you can see, that area is completely caked. Yeah, the autopsy report here says that that's where he was hit with the brick. Indeed, I imagine his attacker must have snuck up on him from behind. It looks as if he's clutching something in his right hand. Oh yeah, they mentioned that in the file somewhere. Let's see. According to this, it was a button. A button? Torn from the attacker's clothing, perhaps. Bloody button. Found clutched in Aldown's right hand. The blood is his. Is that all? Oh. Fresh blood. And plenty of it. According to the autopsy report, he died from loss of blood due to the blow to the back of his head. Yes, and that blood spread out over the entire area. I doubt anybody could have bled that much and survived. Anyway, this certainly seems to confirm what the autopsy report suggests. That all? Okay, I think that's all we have from this photo. You're not yet done? I think we can connect this too. No. Well, shit. Okay, so the footprints were like the planters. So that's what our monstrous hoof prints really were. Wait, what? Recall the arrangement of the prints. Now compare it to that of the planters. Whoa. That's right. I believe the footprints are located exactly where our planters once stood. So Chairman Winner was digging around the front of them? He was. And why might he have been doing that? We have a piece of evidence in our possession that answers exactly that question. Which piece of evidence shows why Chairman Winner might have been digging in front of the planters? Alright, I think that was the letter. This one, right? So do your bit and retrieve the package we laid to rest 12 years ago. I'm sure it's still right in front of the planters where we left it. Alright, this is it.
Take that!
Recall, if you will, the report that Warden Lagarde sent to Chairman Winner. In it, she mentioned something that had been laid to rest in front of a planter. You think she was telling him where to dig? Wait, but why 3 holes? Because the report didn't specify which of the planters she meant. I get it, so she wasn't sure of which one it was. Which meant he had to try and dig up all 3. I imagine so, yes. Poor Chairman Winner. But why go through all that trouble? What was he looking for? I think that's all about we can learn from the scene for now. Alright, how about I try to show you how things looked earlier in that night? That would be very much appreciated. Could you take us back to the moment at which the victim witnessed the kidnapping? Sure, I'll use the photograph you took. Here goes nothing. There's Mr. Al down in the middle of the planters. And there's the president and his kidnapper out by the road. My father based this investigation on the evidence Aldown provided. That is why he thought the kidnapping and the orphanage were connected somehow. And how he wound up suspecting Fifi Lagarde. She was the one running the orphanage at the time. Exactly. But when the case went to trial, Excelsius Winner put a big hole in that theory. He did? Yeah, after all, the president and the kidnapper weren't actually on the grounds of the orphanage. So it was hard to conclusively prove any kind of connection. Huh? So they were never seen inside the gates of the orphanage. Detectives bust a gut to find evidence on the scene, and then prosecutors come along and twist it for their own ends. Winner and Lagarde were working together. They had some kind of deal, I'm sure of it. So you're saying that Chairman Winner was working with the kidnapper? Your father was conceived that Lagarde was the culprit, correct? And you say he was a gifted and thorough investigator. Then he must have had more to support his theory than just Mr. Aldown's message, surely. Yeah, he must have. I just don't know what it was. It wasn't exactly a case he liked talking about. Agent Lang's father, Dalong Lang, trusted ally and confidant of President Wang. He discovered truths that were subsequently suppressed by Chairman Winner. Our first priority should be to find out what they were. Okay, okay, you're done talking. We're done talking to you. These footprints stopped by the body. Guess that means they belong to Mr. Aldown, right? His feet were pretty big. What's that? About the size 12? According to the file, they were the same size as his shoes. It's a match. Yeah, we heard that earlier. It's a porch swing with an elephant's face in it. Ah, this is the same dialogue as earlier. Come on. You can swing all the way, yada yada yada. Make a motorized swing, yada yada yada. Mr. Aldown took his picture of the president's kidnapping from here, and then called Rosie Ringer, by which point, his killer must have already been approaching him from behind, with a brick in their hand ready to strike. These planters, it's the same dialogue, come on. Weird, how come there's only one? Wait, it looks like somebody dropped it. And Francisca is talking again. Yay! Okay, you know what? Just examine this scene, come on. I must scour the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention. Hey, that snowman. It was melted in the simulation of the morning after the murder, huh? And that muffler was all wet and its little button ice has fallen off. Indeed, it still looked reasonably healthy at this point. Although not entirely, I can see one thing that's missing. Aw, poor guy. I bet some kid took it as a stupid prank. Not a bad piece of thieving though. Maybe they had potential. You think one of the orphans took it? I'm not so sure. In fact, I think it was grabbed by somebody else entirely. Okay, I think, yup. This is related to the button. Come on, let's be real. Eureka! This snowman is missing a certain something. What did you say? Yeah, his right eye. Indeed. Luckily, we've managed to locate it. The button Mr. Aldown was holding. Look at that. It's the same type of button as the other eye and everything. And if we suppose that the button was indeed the snowman's missing eye, that presents something of a contradiction. What does the button contradict? Location. The victim was clutching the button, and the button was covered with his blood, which means he must have grabbed it after being attacked. Let's run a little hypothetical, shall we? What if after being struck, Mr. Aldown lost his balance and reached out to grab something to steady himself, the snowman? The snowman wouldn't have supported him, so he would have grasped the button and continued falling. I get it. So you're saying that he was near the snowman when he was attacked. I am, within arm's reach to be precise. And he's currently nowhere near that close. Right, but his footprints only go as far as the planter. He never came back this way. What if they weren't his footprints? I think we need to look at all the prints again. Alright, I'll take us back to the scene where Mr. Aldown's body was found. But the footprints on the left definitely matched up with Mr. Aldown's shoes, right? So what's the deal? Let's take another look and see if we can figure it out. Can we really be sure that these are Mr. Aldown's footprints? Well, they're the same size, a 12, which is pretty big, and the prints match his shoes. They also go straight into the middle of the planters where his body was found. But as we've established, when he was attacked, he fell and grabbed the button from the snowman. Well, being a great thief, I know a few contortionist tricks, but that would be way beyond even me. Some average Joe stretching his arms that far, basically impossible. I think we can be reasonably certain that the prints were made by the shoes the victim was wearing. But can we be certain that they were actually the victim's shoes? Perhaps we should take another look at them. I must scour the scene. Yada yada yada. There's nothing of interest here. What? I was like pointing to the shoes, come on. These shoes, as the case file says, they match the footprints, but... Huh? These aren't the victim's shoes, I'm sure of it. What do you mean? Look at how the laces are tied. Don't they look a little strange to you? What's more, they don't appear to fit properly. Oh, okay. Victim's shoes, not actually Aldown's shoes. They appear to have been placed on his feet by the culprit after the murder took place. So these prints, they go right up to where the victim was found and they stop right by his feet. But they didn't actually belong to him. So are the prints by his head his? The ones that lead away and come back? No, I don't think so. They're too small. So neither set belongs to him, then how did he get here? That's easy enough, he didn't walk. He was carried by the killer. So then, where did the murder take place? Was it really over by the snowman as we suspect? I think Mr. Aldown's body was moved. How else do we explain the button clutched in his hand? And that would suggest that he was killed somewhere near the snowman. I better take a closer look. I must scour the scene. Yada 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 yada. Poor snowman, he's not looking good. It can't be helped. Snow and ice eventually melt. That's just how it is. And so do mysteries. All we have to do is wait. The snowman of the case will melt into the clear water of truth. All you have to do is wait, Kay. I have to work to solve these mysteries. Oh, I see something. Hello. Huh? Look, there's a brick missing here. Gee, I wonder where that brick is. The rest of the brickwork looks fine. Strange that just this one is missing. Size 9 footprints going toward the body and away from it. The case file says they must have belonged to the murderer. They grow fainter as they get close to the orphanage gates. That's just because there's less snow over here, no? Be that as it may, it certainly doesn't help in matching the prints up with the name and face. Okay, I think we can deduce that. This one. It seems quite likely that the missing brick was the one used in the murder, wouldn't you say? Oh, hello, another point. Brick used in Aldown's murder was taken from right next to the snowman. Oh yeah, now that you mention it, they're the exact same shape and size. I think we have to conclude that the murder actually happened over by the snowman. Right, the button came from there and the brick too. Indeed, and what's more, if the murderer took the brick from right by the snowman and then tried to sneak up on the victim all the way over by the planters, Mr. Aldan would have seen them right away. Exactly. I think we need to update the simulation, Kay. Mr. Aldan wasn't standing by the planters, he was next to the snowman. Gotcha. Alright, here goes. Okay, this is very weird. It's a snowman with one eye missing, and it comes up to about my shoulder. That's a super heavyweight contender right there. Those kids weren't messing around. Never mind its weight and size, I think we need some slightly more in-depth analysis here. Well, it has a bucket for a hat, buttons for eyes, and a nice fluffy muffler, the full snowman uniform. And it looks like it can't wait for me to punch and kick it into 1,000 snowman pieces. Perhaps if you could keep things a little less subjective, Kay. Yeah, no matter how you look at it, this just doesn't work, huh? Indeed. Everybody who was present everybody who was present is in exactly the same spot. So where did we go wrong? One of the pieces of evidence on which we based our simulation must be the source of the problem. What if one of them was faked somehow? But which one was it? It should be the photo.
Take that!
Can we really be certain that this picture was taken by Mr. Aldan? Huh? What do you mean? We know that whoever killed him moved his body. But why would they have done that? What if they wanted to make it seem like he saw something he didn't? And then they took the photo to help back up the lie. They had the president at gunpoint. They could easily have forced him to pose for the picture. He would have had no choice but to comply. Hey, now that you mention it, they only recovered one picture from Mr. Aldan's camera, right? Indeed. I imagine his killer probably removed the film that was already in there, then replaced it with another, thereby ensuring that the only picture found was the one they staged. Yeah, that makes total sense. So this picture was actually taken after Mr. Aldan was killed. No way. And there you have it. The picture doesn't show what Mr. Aldan saw at all. It seems highly likely that it was simply staged to make us believe that that was the case. Wait, so where was the president when Mr. Aldan thought he saw him being kidnapped? Luckily, the photograph isn't the only piece of evidence we can use to try and figure that out. Oh yeah, he left that voicemail too. He did. I think we should listen back to it one more time, don't you? This is surely the only place where the president and his kidnapper could have been standing.
Take that!
Ah, shit. Okay, voicemail. Orphanage, something weird's going on. Is the lights out so I can't quite see, but it looks like he was Scooby. Okay, Wang is here and there's another. Damn it, the lights are out so I can't quite see. Oh, the lights are out. So this has a light, this doesn't. So he must be here.
Take that!
Recall the statement from Mr. Aldown's voicemail. Damn it, the light's out. 2 of the lights here in the yard are broken. Yeah, he must have been talking about the one over by the building. Alright, could you update the simulation to reflect everything we've learned? Sure. There we have it. The kidnapper was really standing over by the building. Yes, which would certainly have strengthened the theory that they were connected to the orphanage. So they moved the body and staged the photograph to distort the picture painted by the voicemail, which helped them undermine the idea that the orphanage was involved when the case went to trial. Well, that certainly changes what this particular part of the simulations tells us. I imagine it will also affect our understanding of the scene from when the body was found. Only one way to find out. Ready to make the jump? To switch between the 2 recreations, I need to first press X to talk with K, and then select switch recreations. I'll give it a try later when I need it. And what's this blood doing here? Things have changed considerably in terms of what the simulation is showing us. But if you want to look more closely at this blood, I think we're better off looking at the simulation from the point at which the body was discovered. And what are we waiting for? I'm ready when you are. Yes, I want to check this scene first. Come on. So this is where Mr. Aldown actually saw the president and his kidnapper. Yes. Which pretty clearly suggests a link between the kidnapping and the orphanage. You can see why so much trouble was taken to suggest it happened elsewhere. Yeah, they pulled some really dirty tricks there. Faking a photo like that, that's just cheating. Not to mention disposing of Mr. Aldown's camera film and forcing the president to pose at gunpoint. They must have put it in some new film and then staged the photo immediately afterward. I'm not gonna suggest it was a digital camera. And if Chairman Winner was involved, he could have changed or hidden other evidence as well. It certainly doesn't help that the SS5 case file was classified until just recently. Yeah, but he's behind bars now and the truth is coming out at last. Indeed, although much still remains unclear. We need to look very closely at the differences between this and the previous simulation. There's no mistaking it. This is where Mr. Aldown actually took his pictures, before being attacked by the murderer with a brick from the planter just behind him. After being attacked, he collapsed, grabbing the snowman's right eye as he fell. Which means his body would have been here at first, and not where we thought it was before. Indeed, we should examine the area where we previously thought it to be. Alright. Kidnapping, a murder, and now a fire. There's too much going on here. I can't keep up. The fire was started earlier on the evening of the incident, if I remember rightly. Before the kidnapping and the murder. In other words. Does that mean something? The timing of the fire, I mean. I wonder if it might, yes. Except there's something here that can't be correct if the fire actually happened first. I should take another look at the effects of the fire on the crime scene, and compare it to the evidence. You want me to show you the scene as reported in the police case files, right? Okay, let's take another look at where they were when they found the body. I must scour the scene. This is the only part where there's no snow, huh? Because of the fire on one of the kids' set. Because of the fire one of the kids set. I imagine the snow here melted as a result. This must be the unluckiest orphanage in the world. First the fire, then a murder. Talk about going from bad to worse. The fire came first, but just because it caused the snow to melt. Which means this blood shouldn't have been here. Yeah, blood on the snow, a lot of it. Certainly looks as if a murder occurred here, doesn't it? Wait, but we just figured out that Mr. Aldown was killed over by the snowman, right? We did. I think this blood might belong to somebody else. What? But the police report said the blood was Mr. Aldown's. Need I remind you that the case was overseen by Chairman Winner? The man would have no scruples about altering the official record over something this small. But then, why go to all that trouble? Couldn't he have just cleaned up the blood himself? He wasn't able to. Think about it. He knew that this is where the police would find Mr. Aldown's body. And he knew that the police would have certain scientific methods at their disposal to look for clues. Oh, you mean luminol? Yeah, they would have found traces of blood if they'd used that for sure. Exactly. He wouldn't have been able to clean it up to the point where it was undetectable. Or easier to falsify the results of any such tests when they came back in. It would simply have been a matter of replacing the official results with a doctored copy. Eesh, so we've been looking at the forgery this whole time? That sucks. Wait, but it says Mr. Aldown's clothes were covered with blood too. It does, and if they were, which seems entirely believable, it suggests that whoever's blood this is, it wasn't yet dry when Mr. Aldown's body was placed here. I get it, which means that the other person's blood was spilled not long before Mr. Aldown was killed. I think it does, yes, but if that's the case, doesn't that present something of a contradiction? Okay, blood stain left on the scene. Blood was on Aldown's. Blah blah blah. Okay, blood. Since that's the only part I haven't examined, right? Okay, we haven't examined this body yet. Alright, so this is where Mr. Aldown really met his fate. But he was moved in order to make the scene consistent with the staged photograph. Over to the spot between the planters. So the footprints, the fact that they've go over there and come back. Yes, I think that tells us something important. That they were left by whoever carried him over there. What does this contradict with, though? Okay, I need to save Scum. Could this be related to the evidence somehow?
Eureka!
Damn it. And when did the fire happen? We need to take another look and think about that. Okay, the fire happened before. Can I like connect something? What did Winner dig up? Okay. If Chairman Winner was involved in the President Wang's abduction, then it seems likely that whatever he dug up yesterday had something to do with the kidnapping. Oh, I get it. You do? You bet I do. We're talking treasure, right? Loot. He must have been digging up the ransom money. The ransom money? $100 million is an awful lot of cash. Bring it would have been a good way to keep it hidden until the heat died down. It certainly seems like a possibility. Hehe, glad you agree. Oh.
Eureka!
Ah, damn it, it's still not this. Snow was melted by the fire. And when did the fire happen? We need to take another look about. During the evening before the incident. So if the fire happened first, then the blood here shouldn't have been cut out like that, right? Ugh.
Eureka!
Yep, okay. There's a clear contradiction here. Huh? In the blood stain? The blood is clearly cut off. Yup, okay, where the snow was melted by the fire. Which means that the blood in question was spilled before the fire was started. Huh? But the fire happened before the murder, no? If you choose to believe the case filed, then yes. What if the fire was actually set after what happened here? The kid who lit it might have seen something. Then why isn't there a witness statement? Because that would have challenged Chairman Winner's version of events. We need to know more about this fire. You! Yes, Shifu. The fire might have been reported to the police, which means there might be a record of it. Go see if they have anything and bring everything you find back here right away. Understood, Shifu. I'll get right on it. One more thing. What is it, Shifu? Contact my family back in Zengfa. Tell them to search my father's office. There should be something there related to the case. There should? What kind of something exactly? I told you I seen this scene somewhere before, didn't I? Well, I've remembered where. It was in my father's office. He had a picture of it. Or at least something very much like it. What? It looked like it was drawn by a child. Possibly a child from the orphanage. Possibly even the child who set the fire. It should still be there somewhere. Tell them to send it right away. Yes, Shifu. Investigation complete. Okay, thankfully I gained all my health back. Shifu, I'm back. I brought everything the police had on the fire. I also brought the picture from your father's office. That was fast. I mean, how could you have the picture? Like, that was like 5 minutes. Oh, and one more about time. What kept you, huh? Well, hand it over. Let's take a look at this mysterious picture, shall we? This is it. It's the picture I remember. Could this be a depiction of something that could have happened on the night of the incident? It sure looks like a kid drew it, huh? Yes, and I'm willing to bet it's the work of the child who set the fire. Child's drawing data jotted down. Shifu, there's... What now? Look, it'll have to wait, okay? Well, Mr. Prosecutor. Why do you think my father kept this? I imagine he acquired it at some point during his investigation. Although I have no idea why he would have chosen to keep it himself. Could we see the case file for the fire too? Sure, here. So just give me a moment to read through it. It seems the boy who started the fire snuck out of bed on the evening of the incident. And then disappeared several days later? What? Must have been because he saw something, right? No, a kid? Really? That's horrible. But sadly not unimaginable. Huh? Looks like the kid left something behind that was put into evidence. Huh? What's this? But what's it doing in that case file? What is it, Mr. Prosecutor? Have you seen this somewhere before? Something very much like it, yes. We have a piece of evidence that could well be connected. Which item of evidence relates to the item the boy left behind? Oh, it's the horn.
Take that!
I don't know what it was doing in the evidence for that case, but it looks like that might be the missing horn from this soft toy. Hey, that was President Wang's. You've seen it before? Of course, he always kept it somewhere close by. I remember it because of the missing piece. I see. It has a special device inside it that plays recorded sounds when you twist the horn. Hey, do you think maybe putting the horn back on might unlock more recordings? You never know, the toy itself should still be up on the 51st floor. Hey, you heard the man. Yes, Shifu, I'll go fetch it right away. Here it is, Shifu, the Torosaurus doll, just like you asked. Good work. Hand it to the prosecutor over there. Well, does the horn found at the orphanage fit the president's plushie? It does. It fits perfectly. And any more recordings on there? Hi, Dijun. Sorry, President Wang. It's me, Emily. Emily, I know it's been a while. I saw on the news that you were visiting the country soon, and I didn't know whether I should get in touch at all, but in the end I decided I had to. Turn it off right now. What's gotten into Judge Gavel? Are you okay? Just turn it off, please. You see, I had a baby, a beautiful little boy. Your beautiful little boy. I'm sorry, that's pretty much all I wanted to tell you. Oh, except I called him Sean. Sean Fenn? Oh my god. It has a nice ring to it, don't you think? Okay, so Sean Fenn's adopted. I thought that he was actually Gavel's legit kid. No. Sean Fenn? The kid? And also that I'll be at the orphanage on the evening of the 9th. I'll be waiting in the front yard. I thought you could meet him if you like, even if it's only just this once. I know you're a very busy man, but anyway, that's where we'll be. Goodbye. Okay. This is a scandal if like the president has a kid as an outside kid. What? He was my dad. I'm so sorry, Sean. Care to explain what the heck is going on, Gavel? Sean isn't my biological son. Phew. I adopted him. And he was aware of this? Yes, of course. His mother, Emily Fenn, she died 5 years ago. We were cousins, but we were also friends, the best of friends. People often mistook us for sisters. And so when she died, it seemed only natural that Sean should come and live with me. Of course, we had to keep his father's identity secret. And I decided that the best way to do that would be for him never to know in the first place. He's gonna start asking questions sooner or later. ... It's quite a lot to learn from a recording made on a seemingly innocent toy. I guess Sean's mother must have recorded the message and then sent the plushie to the president. Hey. Yes, Sean. You're sure he was really my dad? Yes, I'm sure. Before you were born, your mother worked for a time as a diplomat in Zhengfa. That would be more effed up and more scandalous. Makes sense. That line of work might well have brought her into contact with the president. What? You told me she worked at the orphanage. She did, but only after she returned. After she quit the diplomatic service. She always loved helping others. The orphanage was perfect for her. Not so fast. Sorry, Judge Cavell, but I have to ask. Emily, the lady who asked the president to come, why didn't she show up herself? Why isn't she anywhere in the files related to the SS5 incident? She never made it to the rendezvous that night. Someone was stealing her. I'll bet that was Chairman Winner's doing, though sadly we can't prove it. And because she couldn't make it, she never saw the president again. Then she died 5 years ago. That can't be easy for Sean. Hey, Sean, are you thirsty? We could go get soda. My treat, okay? Come on, I think I saw a vending machine over... You think I can't buy myself a soda? This is important, and it's about me. I'm staying. Ooh, that didn't work at all. Wow. Sean, perhaps now you can guess why I met with the president 2 nights ago. So that's it. That was the big secret. I wanted to tell him face to face that Emily was gone, but also that you were alive and well, more than well. But it makes sense now. No wonder Judge Gavel was so keen to avoid sharing the details of their meeting. Yeah, she would have had to share the truth about Sean too. That was why I took the lion lilies with me, so there would be no doubt that I knew Emily, and that I knew her well. These flowers bore a special significance for the two of them, you see. President Wang gave Emily a bouquet of lion lilies in the early days of their romance. But now, he too is dead, if only he had lived. Sean might finally have been able to get to know him. Shifu, I've been waiting for the right time to say this, but... What? What is it? You've been hovering there this whole time. Can't it wait? They sent something else from Zhengfa. President Wang's will. What? The president's will, huh? He gave my father medal after medal. They had to come up with new ones just for him. In the end, there were no medals left to give, so he made us the keepers of his last will and testament. Those medals, that duty, they're our greatest pride. Our family jewels. Family jewels. What? This is... What is it, Ancient Lang? Does it have anything to do with our current case? You could say that. Seems he was planning on publicly acknowledging Sean as his son. Sean's name appears in the president's will? And we're certain that the document is authentic? That President Wang wrote it himself? Sure we are. It's old, but it's real. My family took charge of it back before the SS5 incident happened. They'll want to analyze it back home to be sure, but I'd stake my name on it being the genuine article. Doesn't it need an executor? Wang was a renowned world leader. A child nobody knew about would have been sure to cause a stir. And yet he chose to mention the child in his will nonetheless. Well, that's that, I guess. I still can't quite believe it, but the president confirmed it with his own hand. There's no denying it, Sean. You're President Wang's son. Shocker. Sean! Sean! To be continued. Oh boy. Yep, we're still in the middle. Okay. April 6th, 4:51 p.m. Big building, empty lot. Sean. He was my dad. It can't have been easy learning the truth about his father's identity so unexpectedly. And too late to ever get to know him. You know how hard I tried to find him? Sean. I get it. He was the president. He had a lot more to think about than just me. But he was right there in front of me. Right there on the set. So why? Why didn't he just say something? Why didn't he tell me who he was? I'm sorry, Sean. I'm so sorry. It's not your fault, Mom. It's mine. If I hadn't broken my promise to you, that fire would have never happened and he wouldn't have. I've ruined everything. Everything. It's all my fault. I even ruined your flowers. Sean, please. You mustn't blame yourself. Just try to be here with me. Just for a little while. The bond between parent and child, as symbolized by the lion lily. I'm no expert, but it's native to Zengfa, so I know that much at least. Sadly, we don't have the luxury of dwelling on such things just now. I know it might seem insensitive, Agent Lang, but sentimentality won't help us here. We need to focus on what we can do about the case before us. You're right. I believe you'd learned all we need to do about what happened back then for now. How did it all line up with your father's theories about the case? I wouldn't know. He took those to the grave with him. He never shared his thoughts with anybody. There's no way of knowing now what he figured out. What about your own thoughts? Are you feeling any more positive in light of what we learned from case reconstruction? Are we any closer to learning what really happened 12 years ago? You know, I think we might be. My father's footsteps are starting to become clear. Now all we need to do is follow them. All the way to the truth. Argument! The real story of the SS5 incident. President went to the orphanage that night, that much we know for sure. The Taurosaurus toy proves it. He must have gone there to meet with Amelie Fenn. Except he was kidnapped and Aldown happened to see it. If Aldown hadn't been there, there wouldn't have been a murder, just a kidnapping. Instead, they had to move his body to the planters and stage that photo to throw everybody off the scent. So that's our current theory, is it? But there's something I still don't understand. There is? This. Why risk staging the picture? They would have had to force the president to play along. What if he hadn't? It's a good question. Well, the president's like all big and buff. They can like beat their asses, I think. And we may be closer to discovering the answer than we think. We'll just have to get there one deduction at a time. Yeah, I guess we will. Alright, deduce anyway. Deduce away, rather.
Hold it!
Alright, nothing should be taken for granted at this stage. We need to treat even the seemingly certain with caution. Can we really be sure that the president went to the orphanage? I get it. You want evidence? This is a nice change of pace from people asking you to show them proof, Mr. Edgeworth. There's no need to actually say it out loud, Kay.
Hold it!
The plushie? It has a recording device concealed inside it, correct? It does, and it was used by Sean's mother, Amelie, to record a message asking the president to meet her at the orphanage at midnight. Whoa, you're finishing each other's sentences now? What a team! You two will peel away all the layers of truth like an onion, I'm sure of it. You do realize that there's nothing underneath all the layers of an onion, don't you, Kay? Could you try to say something a little less unfortunate sounding? You two will peel away the layers of the truth like the skin of a wolf, I'm sure. Yo, welcome back, Oberon. How was your dinner? I hope you had something good. He said less unfortunate sounding. Ahem, shall I continue? Except he was kidnapped and Aldown happened to see it.
Hold it!
Could we go over the details once again? So Mr. Aldown saw the president being kidnapped from right by the orphanage. And he was standing next to the snowman. The murderer crept up behind him, grabbed the brick and ow! Eek! Calm down, Kay. We're simply verifying our understanding of events. Yeah, well, that little outburst just blew my understanding out of my ears. I know we have to go over all this again, but can we do it less dramatically? Really? Fine. I'm happy to keep answering if you're happy to keep asking. How to deal with RL stuff, took a shower, corned beef toasted sandwich because... Okay, that's good. Was it takeaway? Was it a order delivery or did you make them? Okay, if Aldon hadn't been there, there wouldn't have been a murder, just a
Hold
kidnapping.
it!
If Aldon hadn't been there, huh? That's an interesting suggestion. Care to explain? Oh, okay. Nice. There's not a whole lot to explain. He saw the kidnapping, so he was murdered. If he hadn't been there, maybe the kidnapping could have happened without any blood being spilled. But could it? It makes it sound as if it was Mr. Aldon's fault he was murdered. Slice slap. Oh, nice. That's not what Agent Lang is saying, Kay. What he meant is that Mr. Aldon was the only person who died at the orphanage that night. Well, of course he was. They kidnapped the president and everything. But the ransom was paid and he came home safely, right? She's right, of course. But why does something bother me about that? I think it might be worth taking another look over all the evidence. Let's continue. So they had to move his body to the planters and stage that photo to throw everybody off the
Hold
side.
it!
This is another very important part of our current theory. Shall we go over all the details again? Sure, probably a good idea. Alright, first, what did Aldon see? He saw the president being kidnapped from right in front of the building. But the kidnappers were keen to avoid any suggestion that they might be connected to the orphanage. Yep, so they replaced the film in Aldon's camera and staged a photograph of the kidnapping occurring further away from the building. Indeed, and they moved Mr. Aldon's body to a location consistent with what that picture showed. Grr. The secrets buried underneath the snow 12 years ago are finally coming to light. And we're sure that's really what happened that night? What's the matter, Mr. Edgeworth? I get the sense we're still not seeing everything, that there's something else at play behind it all. There is? But what? There's a piece of evidence we've discovered that Agent Lang's theory can't explain. We'll have to present with him and develop our thinking further. Alright, I think the fourth statement, yeah, this is the one which suggests that this is wrong. Why is Canis' profile here? There was another thing that happened because of this blood. It says the blood wasn't Aldon's.
Objection!
Yep, okay. That's it. If you hear the music stop, that means that's the correct answer. Okay, you're saying there would have been no murder if Mr. Aldon hadn't witnessed the kidnapping. But is that really the case? Why wouldn't it be? Their main aim was to abduct the president, right? So if there hadn't been a witness present, they wouldn't have needed to murder anybody. And yet it remains possible that Mr. Aldon wasn't the only person killed that night. There was a large pool of blood between the planters, but Mr. Aldon was murdered over by the snowman. It can't have belonged to him. That's your final answer. What if all that blood by the planters belonged to somebody
Not
else?
so fast!
Not so fast. Come on, Mr. Prosecutor. You do realize what you're saying, don't you? I do. It's hard to believe. I'll be the first to admit it. But it's what the evidence suggests. Not just one person was killed here 12 years ago, but two. Are we sure there was another death? It could have just been blood loss. Right? You're saying they covered up a whole separate murder? But whose? Who else was killed that night? Whoever covered up this other homicide did so very skillfully indeed. They even seem to have been able to avoid being mentioned in the files. But they didn't quite get rid of everything. We have a piece of evidence from 12 years ago that they never managed to erase. This clearly shows that something else happened that night. It's definitely not the photo. It's this. So who's the other person? I assume the person in purple is the president.
Take that!
Okay, alright. Excelsior's winner tried to shroud the existence of the other murder in darkness. But there was one piece of evidence he wasn't able to suppress. Thanks to the efforts of your father, Agent Lang. My father? Cast your mind back, if you will. Something else was hidden along with all the other evidence from the crime scene. The existence of the child who set the fire in front of the orphanage. But why would Chairman Winner wish to erase him from the record? Because he saw something he should not have, that's why. He did? What was it? It's right here in this picture. The picture my father kept. I think we can all agree that's the president on the right-hand side. And that's the Taurosaurus toy in his hand. But who's that standing across from him? Oh my god, is that Canis?
Take that!
Eastern robes and a black dog that can only be Bodhidharma Canis. What? The creepy assassin guy? And what would the hired killer be doing in the presence of a president? I can think of only one thing. That's right, it wasn't a kidnapping that occurred here 12 years ago. It was an assassination. Hiya! And Warden Lagarde and Chairman Winner were? Yes, I think they were complicit. More than complicit, in fact. One provided the venue for the killing, and the other suppressed the testimony of the child who witnessed it. Mr. Aldan was murdered because what he witnessed was actually an assassination, and not the kidnapping he thought it to be all. Do you think I'm an idiot? How could the president have died 12 years ago? We only found his body this morning. He was alive and well until just recently. Yeah, we even met him. Indeed. So we have a president killed 12 years ago and a president killed in the last 48 hours. Two presidents, in other words, he was a twin. Right, which is clearly impossible. Or is it? I think it's entirely possible for there to be two presidents. Oh my god. Please don't tell me he had a twin. In fact, that would explain a lot. But regardless of what happened, I still respected him. Zhengfa may not be a big country, but he held that place together. The president Agent Lang spoke of was a noble and capable leader. No, Presidential mask as well and truly slipped. Entirely unlike the man we met. It really did seem as if they were two completely different people. But how could one country have two presidents? What could explain a situation like that? This is how... Oh my god, there was a twin. Could the president not have been a twin? Yeah, that could maybe explain it. Wait, this is wrong. The bar is still above. Sorry, but it couldn't. President Wang was an only child. That's a matter of record. Oh god. Give it up. There's no way there could have been two presidents. It's just not possible. It is, and I'm going to prove it to you. Body double? Oh my god, it's a body double. One of the twos was a body double. Tell me that doesn't make sense. A body double? President Wang was a man of great power and influence in Zhengfa, a figure in the world stage. There must have been countless attempts on his life over the years, such as the one at Gourd Lake only a few days ago. It's true, there were more than a few assassination attempts, but that doesn't mean I'm about to accept that there was more than one president. Not without proof. Do you have any proof that there was more than one president? Okay. President's presence at embassy until midnight confirmed by Dalong Lang. What was the autopsy report? Approximately 1 a.m. Okay. It means the president could have left after. This one. Because if this was a fake president, he agreed to stage the photograph.
Take that!
Damn it, it's not it. If you can prove that he'd ever been in two places. Okay, so it must be the so it should be the okay, we need to look at past evidences, not the current. So obviously the current president's body is not the case. So I'm thinking it's this because presence at embassy until midnight confirmed. It must be the case file.
Take that!
Okay, thank you. Jeez. I don't think he's noticed the contradiction staring him in the face. Or is he just unable to accept it? What's the matter, Mr. Prosecutor? You're pretty quiet all of a sudden. In Emily Fenn's recording, she asked the president to be at the orphanage at midnight. But it shouldn't have been possible for him to be there at that time. Huh? How come? Because he was supposedly still at the embassy. With your father, Agent Lang. So he had noticed the only way he could have been in two places at once is if there were two of him. Ow! So the real president, that was the one who died 12 years ago? I think it might have been. But why and who? Who would have hired Canis to murder the president? In order to figure that out, we'll need to look again at the piece of evidence we recently discovered was a fake. The fake evidence, what was it again? It was the photo.
Take that!
The picture taken with Mr. Aldown's camera was staged sometime after his murder. And Mr. Aldown was murdered because he witnessed the president's assassination. In other words, the photograph too must have been taken after the real president's death. So who is the president in the staged photograph? The body double. Nothing else makes sense. I believe the president's double had him killed so that he could take his place permanently. An Excelsius winner and Fifi Lagarde helped him do it. Wait, you don't even have a body to support your theory. Are you telling me it magically disappeared? No, in fact, we know exactly where it wound up. The president's body was here the whole time. Wait. What were they asking again? I believe the president's double had him killed, not too fast. You don't even have a body to support your theory. Are you telling me it magically disappeared? Could it be the drawing?
Take that!
Damn it. No. It's not the drawing. It's the blood. It's not Al Down's blood.
Take that!
Damn it, it's not the blood as well. No, this is the body double death if that's the case. Because I don't think there's a freezer to like save that body, right? Not the child's drawing. Where's the fucking body hidden?
Take that!
The body wasn't burned. Alright, I was thinking the body was burned. And what was one of the perpetrators also observed doing here?
Take that!
The president was killed right here. And what was one of the perpetrators also observed? Wait, is it like the new...
Take that!
No, it's not the current autopsy report.
Take that!
Phone call? It's not the phone call. What the hell? Alright. Oh my god, is it the
Take
case
that!
notes? It's not the case notes. I've already presented the bloodstain, right?
Take that!
Damn it, it's also not the shoes. Sad. Okay, time to save scum. Okay, I presented the shoes, case file, phone call, autopsy report, photograph.
Coburn64 backseats with. While Psycho is masterfully determining the truth, I'd like to take his opportunity to encourage you to like, comment and subscribe. Hi YouTube. Psycho's content is 5 stars guaranteed entertainment. Alright, back to you, Psycho.
Coburn, thank you for the backseat. And yes, like what Coburn said, if you are new here and enjoy content like this, consider giving the channel a follow here in Twitch. If you are on YouTube, hi YouTube, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Helps out the channel a lot. Also, please do not forget to check out the other exclamation point socials, such as TikTok and Blue Sky, and the Discord as well. Alright, okay, if we think... Where is the body? It's not the drawing, it's not the blood, it's not the shoes. President's body was here the whole time.
Take that!
It's not the... Oh my god, did
Take
they
that!
like... They buried the body? Holy crap, what the hell? German winner dug something up last night, something he couldn't trust anybody else to retrieve. We thought it might have been the ransom money, but it's actually something even more important. That's right, the real president's body. I think it's highly likely anyway. Wait! Shouldn't it start to Number one, it should start to decompose after 12 years. And number two, with all the construction going on, shouldn't it have been like dug up? The body may have decomposed in the intervening years, but the bones would surely have remained. Mr. Powers informed us that construction is due to start here sometime soon. Everything had to be wrapped up before then. The shooting of the movie and recovery of the president's remains. Yeah, I guess once they started digging the place up, they would have found them pretty quick, huh? Agent Lam, we have to have the so-called monster footprints analyzed again. Yeah, I guess we do. If there is a body under one of them, there should be trace evidence to confirm it. Hey, get me someone from forensics. Sir, presenting the findings of our analysis, sir. Traces of human remains were found in the dirt along with other signs of a body having been buried. Grr, so it really was him. Bones were also recovered from the home of Excelsius Winner. The physique looks to be about right, and dental and medical records are a match. It's him, no doubt about it. So as suspected, the real President Wang was killed 12 years ago. And the SS5 kidnapping was in fact a homicide. Oh god. Wow, so it really was a murder, huh? This case has taken so many twists and turns, I'm starting to lose track. Yes, perhaps we should summarize our findings just to confirm that we understand everything correctly. Good idea. Let's go over everything from the point where the president arrived at the orphanage. 12 years ago, the real President Wang visited the orphanage. His aim to meet his infant son. The footprints we originally assumed to be those of Mr. Aldown seem likely to have actually been made by the president upon his arrival. But instead of being greeted by his child, he was met by the assassin, Bodhidar Macanis. That's so sad. He was hoping to see his baby for the first time only to... Indeed, but at least with Mr. Canis, we can be sure that the job was swiftly and effectively completed. But then, after the assassination, another tragedy occurred. Mr. Aldown's murder. Yes, it seems he witnessed the key moment in the evening's proceedings. The moment when our culprits, the so-called kidnappers, took the president's body around to the side of the building. That was the site that sealed his fate. We've now established that he was standing by the orphanage gates at the time. Far enough away that he believed he was seeing was the president's abduction. At which point... Oh, the body double who had come to meet up with his co-conspirators walked up right behind Mr. Aldown, leading to our unfortunate eyewitness being murdered by the man who was plotting to replace the president. So was it the body double who moved Mr. Aldown's body too? Yes, I think it probably was. But none of the footprints could have been his, could they? Actually, I think they could. In fact, we have a piece of evidence that proves how that particular trick was achieved. What shows how the body double managed to move the body without leaving any footprints? The shoes.
Take that!
What if the president's double moved Mr. Aldown's body like this? After killing Mr. Aldown, he could have carried him to the other side of the entrance. Given that his job was to look like the president, he would have been wearing the same shoes. Meaning that if he stepped exactly in the footprints left by the real person, of course, his would have been the same shape and size. It would have looked like a single set of footprints. So that's how it all went down. I'm so glad we finally figured it out. Wait, but there's one thing I still don't get. There is? What? Why did they need to pretend there was a kidnapping? Mr. Aldown had seen the president at the orphanage and left a message on Miss Ringer's phone describing what he thought he saw. It would have been impossible for the conspirators to erase that message, so they had to make it look as if the events described in the message were true. by staging a kidnapping like the one he thought he saw. Exactly. I think the two people in the photograph are likely to be the body double and Fifi Lagarde. She's the one in the trench coat? How can you be so sure of that? The two of them would have had to walk out beyond the orphanage gates to stage the photo. The body double could have put his feet in the real president's prints as he did before. Ah, so the other set of footprints were hers. The ones you originally thought belonged to the killer, yes. They were about a size 9, too small for Chairman Winner in other words. Which means the kidnapper must have been played by Warden Lagarde. And that explains how a so-called kidnapping was actually a presidential assassination. It does, which means my father must have... He must have? Noticed, there's no way he wouldn't have suspected the murder. Especially not with the kid's picture as proof. But the picture was never officially put into evidence, correct? No, he appears to have kept hold of it after taking the witness statement of the child who drew it. Yeah, because he knew. He knew President Wang was dead. And he knew what would happen if that news ever got out. Zheng Fa would have been plunged into chaos, no doubt. So he kept it a secret, and that secret died with him. Even though it meant taking the blame for the kidnapping and our family name being ruined. Ouch. So your father knew the truth about what happened 12 years ago, but he chose to hide it. Well, it's finally coming to light at last. Is it indeed intriguing? Huh? What? Who's there? It's Canis. It's the bell. That sound, is that a bell? Bodhidharma Canis. What the heck are you doing here? We're the law. You think you can just show up in front of us like it ain't a problem? Forgive me, but I couldn't help overhearing the fascinating conversation you were having. Huh. The opportunity to gloat over your past crimes was just too good to miss, I expect. You killed President Wang. I did, but it's not something I'm inclined to gloat over. I was more interested in something else you mentioned, or someone else, should I say. Someone you're looking for, I suppose. Exactly. That's why I took a little sojourn from the penitentiary to find a certain young pup. A young pup in a rather eye-catching red raincoat. What? Wait, you know who they are? In a matter of speaking, what did you call them again? A secret mastermind? It's your friend in the red raincoat, of course. The prosecutor looks a little surprised, doesn't he, Helmut? Yes, he does. The young pup I mentioned, he saved my life, you know, 12 long years ago. My unexpected savior. As you have surmised, it was I who killed President Wang. But that meant I too became an inconvenience in need of removal. The imposter president, Winner, Lagarde, all three were keen to guarantee my silence. And if I hadn't met my friend the young pup again, they might even have succeeded. I wonder what he's doing now. So it was the president's body double who hired you? I remember his words almost as if it were yesterday. Reminiscence. You know how many times I've nearly been killed? Not once, not twice, a bunch of times. Why do I have to take all the risks? Why am I the one they always put in danger? When I'm out there being him, people treat me like I was him. They worship me. So what's the difference? Who's to say I couldn't be just as good as him? There was a difference, of course, even if he did look and sound exactly like him. Just because it walks and talks like a president, that doesn't make it a president, does it, boy? No. How does even one stay for 12 years? Jeez, don't they have term limits? So he got his wish and became the boss, but couldn't quite fill his predecessor's shoes. Rock's not around, that means I'm number one. I wonder if you have what it takes to step into such capable shoes. You? Of course I do. I'm the leader now. Me. Seems the king and his knight were much the same. The president's double knew that his employer had a weakness, a young woman named Amelie. But in order to find her, he needed to enlist the help of locals. Locals such as Chairman Winner. Once Miss Fen had been located, they simply needed to find the right time to lay their trap. The meeting she arranged so the president could meet his son, that would have been the perfect opportunity. Indeed. And with the head of the orphanage brought into the fold, their little conspiracy was complete. Warden Lagarde. Now, quid pro quo. Where might I find the pup? What makes you think the boy who helped you and our mysterious string puller are one and the same? He set a little fire that night, out there in the yard of the orphanage. Oh yeah, we saw that. It was some kind of a prank, right? A prank? It was nothing of the sort, my dear. No, as I understand it, he had taken refuge in the igloo by the entrance. Alright, ads are starting in around 20 seconds, so I'll stop here for the meantime. I need to take a very quick break. While that is happening, ads will run and I will throw up the BRB screen. So BRB. BRB.
Holy shit. Thank you for the raid. What the hell? Aura, thank you for the raid. Holy crap. What is up, everyone? From Aura Stream. Holy crap, there are a lot of people.
In there. Jeez. Was that the one shot? I'm sorry this happened during the ad break.
Hi, boom boom.
Than that. P. Now what? In before checkpoint was behind this thwomp. Called it. Alright. Hey, it's me. Hey, it's me again, Toadette. Alright, Ronaldo's main event. ASM Mario. So should I try, like, whispering and, like, touching this mic? No, okay, that's probably bad. Anyway. Hard block. Damn it. Okay, what will happen if you blow that up? Oh, that is so good. watch as I take this sword and...
Hold it!
Oops. Tree. And we back. We should be back, right? All right. Okay. Where were we? So, kid taken refuge in the igloo by the entrance. We back. Despair, why despair? Okay, what the hell? Controller. Oh my god. Is my controller not working again? Psycho 1 controller. Okay, you can see that. What the hell? No. No, 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 no. You can see like the... You can see this, like, right? No, 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 no. Not autoplay. Shit. Okay, I hope it autosaved at a good spot, right? $20.56. Shit, that was 10 minutes ago. I hope this is where Canis was. Okay, alright. Alright. We're safe. At least we're in a relatively near spot. Thank you. God, this version became the boss, yada yada yada. My name. Okay, at least we're in the spot. Okay. Then with the head of the orphanage, yada yada yada. Now, quid pro quo. Where might I find the pup? Alright, this is where we were. What makes you think the boy who helped you and our mysterious string puller are one and the same? He set a little fire that night, out there in the yard of the orphanage. Oh yeah, we saw that. Prank? It's nothing of the sort, my dear. Okay, here we go. He had taken refuge in the igloo by the entrance. From there, he happened to see Winner and Lagarde carrying away a dead body. He also overheard them hatching a certain sordid little plot. A plot to remove me, the only other person who knew what had really happened from the picture. The game soft lock, oh my god. Anti-soft lock. Anyway, thankfully, he was kind enough to come and inform me. I was waiting inside the building, you see. He also happened to mention later on that he was wearing his favorite red raincoat. In any case, he escorted me from the premises. and being a very considerate boy, thought to erase both our footprints from the scene of the crime. That kid is an evil mastermind. It seems he had a little kerosene set aside in the igloo for just such an occasion. Wow, how convenient. I have something to set the fire with. So he spread it liberally about the place and set himself a little fire. What's this? Switch reveal? Pause. I do not have a scene set yet. Oh my god. Wait. Shoot. Studio. Crap. How do we do this? Wait. Oh my god. I am panicking. Okay, Elgato, shut up. Wait, crap. Window capture. Browser. Okay, where is me? Okay. Wait, you can hear the audio, right? You heard the audio? You heard the audio. I turned desktop audio on. Anyway, alright. If it's too loud, I'm sorry. Oh, the screws! Wait, is it full screen now? Sorry. Okay, there. Oh, it has its own, like, thing. It's bigger. Oh, so that's the sides from the Joy-Cons. It's magnetic now. Switch 2. It's officially Switch 2. Is that a new Mario Kart? Or is that Mario Kart 8? Oh wait, that looks like a new Mario Kart. Holy shit. It's a new Mario Kart. That wasn't a new... Okay, plays Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive games as well as Nintendo Switch games. Switch 2 plays both physical and digital Nintendo Switch games. Certain Nintendo Switch games may not be supported on or fully compatible with Switch 2. Details to be shared at a later time. Okay, it looks like Wonder is supported. Nintendo Direct 4 to Feb 4th. Okay. Wait, this is Nintendo of America, right? Nintendo of America is April 2nd. All right. Yep. I was thinking since you gave it, I would have thought it was Nintendo ANZ. Okay, Nintendo of America. So that's April 2nd. All right. Everything looks more like the leaks. Yeah, but this looks like a new Mario Kart. Mario Bros. Circuit. Yep, it's a new Mario Kart. Finally, after 10 years. Not unless it's Mario Kart 8 Definitive Edition. The characters just look the same. Wait. The ads are different. Luigi tires. Mario Motors. Yeah. Yep, new Mario Kart. Black reminds you of Steam Deck. Alright. Okay, it's put to bed. The Switch 2 is official. Okay. Damn it. Alright. Back to the game. EV Games pre-orders take my money. Okay, I need to check Data Blitz if like they have pre-orders. Anyway. Alright, JB Hi-Fi. Okay, if the direct is in April, when is it potentially gonna be released? Think July, May. Is it really that short between the direct and release 1 month? Okay, May, all right. Okay, I hope there is a Mario Maker 3. To be honest, if Mario Maker 3 doesn't release this year, it would be stupid of Nintendo because it's perfect for a 10th year anniversary if they release it either June or September. Anyway, just saying. Alright. Where were we? Alright, Arsonist. No way, so that's where the fire was for. Must have been ever so beautiful. Winter and Lagarde were positively enchanted. And while they were distracted by the snow, he took the opportunity to usher me out of a side entrance. You never answered my question. You really think he's the one behind all this? I do indeed. Don't I, Helmut? Yes, I do. That was a long, scene between the rebuttal and the argument. As you surmise, it was I who killed Quan. You're pretty forthcoming with that particular admission. If I'm honest, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm tired of all the killing. But back then, I felt that death was my path. I embraced it and strove to learn what it had to teach. I have made my peace with that and I am happy to admit it. Aren't I, boy? Yes, I am. I'm not sure what he's talking about, but I definitely don't like the sound of it. Basically, he thought of nothing but murdering the president. Nothing of murdering the president. Not only is he an assassin, he's now a person as KP, not someone to be trifled with. But I can't afford for him not to talk. I'll need to tread as carefully as I can. Very well, you killed the president and you're happy to admit it. Oh, very much so. I wouldn't want you thinking that I drew my blade and missed. But that meant I too became an inconvenience in need of removal.
Hold it!
You, a target? But you're an assassin. Sometimes the hunter must become the hunted. Sometimes the living must become the dead. Please, Kay, don't feel the need to add a proverb of your own. Impermanence is inherited the way of the assassin. Life takers' lives are taken, so it goes. Wait, does that mean the people you're sent to kill sometimes try to kill you back, or... It happens, occasionally, but it's not what happened this time. The imposter president, winner, Lagarde, all three were keen to guarantee my silence.
Hold it!
But Mr. Canis, you're a professional killer, and a famously skilled one at that. Surely escaping even 3 attackers would have been a little more than a minor inconvenience. You overestimate me, Mr. Edgeworth. You seem to forget that without helmet here, I couldn't even walk down the street. Against 3 assailants, I wouldn't have lasted more than a few moments. I see. So even the most proficient assassins are ill-equipped to face a full frontal assault? We're not usually fond of such situations, shall we say? I certainly wouldn't have liked my chances. And if I hadn't met my friend the young pup again, they might have even succeeded.
Hold it!
Again. So which means... Take note, he said again. Oh yeah, so the two of you had met before. Yes, on a cold and lonely Christmas Eve 18 years back. That long ago. But on that occasion, it was I who saved his life. It was snowing, more than it had in years, and cold enough that death by freezing was a real possibility. I had taken Helmut out for a little walk. He noticed something and bounded off through the snow. When I caught up to him, he was sniffing at the car. The doors had frozen shut. It took all the strength I had, but eventually I managed to open one. And inside I found 2 young boys, shivering and semi-conscious. 2? Yes, and I had found them even an hour later. The poor wretches would never have made it. I took them both to a nearby orphanage. Is it me, or is it there's something significant about what he just told us? IS-7. Gusto and Frost's sons would visit Tangaroa's mansion up through the day before the incident. From the day of the incident onward, their whereabouts were unknown. Holy shit, were they the 2 kids? December 24th. Holy. This was on Christmas Eve 18 years ago. You're certain of that? I am. Holy smokes! We have something that shows why that date is so significant. Which piece of evidence relates to the date on which Mr. Canis found the children? IS-7.
Take that!
That was the same day on which a certain incident occurred, the murder of a well-known sculptor. No way! An incident in the aftermath of which 2 children went missing. Oh my god, they're the kids. The son of the victim, Artie Frost, and the son of the murderer, Carmelo Gusto. Yeah, now that you mention it, the little guys did go AWOL, huh? Intriguing. The son of a murderer and the son of his victim. I suppose that would make sense. It would. One of the boys was bound hand and foot, you see. That would have been part of Mr. Frost's plan to stop Mr. Gusto's son from getting to the competition. Indeed, because without his son to taste his creations, Mr. Gusto would have had no chance of winning. So that was what was behind it all. Sadly, neither of the boys were able to remember any such details. They weren't? No. When we met each other again on that night 12 years ago, the young pup explained it to me. It seems that they really were on the brink of death when I found them. And the shock of the experience caused them both to lose their memories. They weren't even able to remember their names. Wow, so they wouldn't have known they were Mr. Frost and Mr. Gusto's kids. If what he's telling us is true, that would seem likely, yes. Which means we still don't have enough to tell us who our mastermind might be. Mr. Canis, would you mind telling us what happened next? By all means. The pup and I. The pup and I remained in contact even after I was sent to prison. But then I stopped hearing from him. I couldn't help but worry. And then people from 12 years ago started cropping up all over the place. It rather piqued my curiosity, so I thought I'd temporarily regain my freedom and look into things. People from 12 years ago? You mean Lagarde, Winner, and the President, I assume? Well, Warden Lagarde was in charge of the prison where he was an inmate this whole time, right? I fear I wasn't as kind to her as I could have been. But then she did try to have me killed. You already know why, of course. Because you murdered President Wang, but they needed the world to believe he was still alive. If somebody had exposed the president as a fake, it would have been bad for Lagarde and Chairman Winner too. Exactly. And not only that, I happened to overhear something else intriguing that night. I'll be at the orphanage on the evening of the 9th. I'll be waiting in the front yard. I thought you could meet him if you'd like, even if it's only just this once. I know you're a very busy man, but anyway, that's where we'll be. Goodbye. Who are you? Sorry, but I'm waiting for somebody. I know who you are. I know, you are President Wang. I couldn't help overhearing the news. Congratulations. But please don't worry about your son. I only kill those I am employed to kill, which in this case means you. No. Wait, this is my first chance to meet him. And it might be my only chance. Please, give me just a few minutes longer. I thought he was going to beg for his life, but no. An interesting character. I told him I was not aware he had a child. No, he said and shook his head. Neither was I, but the world will know that I have one now. I mean to make sure of it. I even prepared something in case the worst comes to worst. And the son in question, it was the young gentleman with the horns here, correct? Horns? You can't see them? I don't need to, my dear. I've been listening very carefully, you see. And for longer than you may realize. So the president meant to tell the world about Sean and prepared something in case of the worst. But it's not enough simply to have Canis's words on the matter. Of course. We have something that proves what he's telling us. The president said it's true. The will. A will everybody knew about. He entrusted it to my family to show his belief in us after all. The name in the recording, the preparations he had made, and his will. With those three pieces of information, I was able to convince Warden Lagarde to do anything I asked. With the information at his disposal, he could have exposed the truth about the body double at any time, and Sean's true identity with it. President Wang was more agile than I'd anticipated. He blocked my first knife thrust with something soft. By the time the piece I'd broken off hit the snow, my next strike had hit its mark. So it was Canis who tore the horn off the Torosaurus doll. I was the only one present to hear his final words. The only one who knew the truth about his son. Well, me and that poor pup.
Hold it!
So you were able to continue communicating with him from prison? Hehe, I was. Via post office box. What's that? It's a means of exchanging mail without revealing one's own address. I never knew where he was, and I wasn't able to slip out and track him down. I was being kept under a rather strict supervision, you see. By Warden Lagarde, no doubt. What were the two of you even communicating about? We were playing correspondence chess, of course. That and griping about our respective lots in life. Is it freaking Bronco Knight? But wait, Bronco Knight's dead already. Correspondence chess? But didn't you used to play that with... As unlikely as it may seem, Mr. Canis's chess opponent was Mr. Knight? Yeah, it was Mr. Knight. We found the diagram of the game in his cell too. So does that mean Knight had something to do with all that IS-7 business? Wait, could that be it? Do you have any evidence that might connect Knight to the IS-7 incident? It's this, Knight's possessions. He had the Paul Halik ring.
Take that!
This is everything Knight left behind. Could there be a clue hidden here somewhere? A ring and a chess set. Which one should we look more closely? It's the ring. It's the Paul Halik ring. What about it, Mr. Edgeworth? Mr. Fender, take a closer look at it. At it if you would. That design. That's Paul Halik's trademark. Indeed, it looks like somebody turned the stamp he used to sign his work into a ring. But why would Knight have been carrying it? And why was it not with the rest of the evidence from the IS-7 incident? They tried to release Frost's personal effects test next of kin after the case wound down. But if I remember rightly, old Frosty Boy didn't have any family aside from his kid. And the kid was missing, so they never got to hand it back to him. Not till later anyhow. I heard on the grapevine that they found him in the end and gave him the goods. Including the seal, it would seem, which he turned into a ring and wore until his own death. So we're saying Mr. Knight was Mr. Frost's son? The cops don't mess around with stuff like that. They would have made sure before handing it over. And we were looking for somebody connected to the IS-7 who played correspondence chess, right? Wait, so our secret string puller is Bronco Knight?
Objection!
Knight is dead. How could he possibly be involved in our current case? Far out. So our only candidate for Genius Mastermind is a guy who already kicked the bucket? That's impossible. How can a dead guy be behind all this? Knight fake his own death. It's a little perplexing, but then who else could it be? But then I stopped hearing from him. I couldn't help but worry.
Hold it!
Wait, we're still counter-arguing? Cross-examining? You stopped responding? That seems strange. I'm glad you agree. Helmut did too, of course. That big scary mutt really said that? Like, woof woof? That's barking mad? He does not need to talk in order for me to hear him, my dear. He doesn't? Okay, well, then let me ask you something. That look he's giving me, the super intense kind of scary glare, he's not trying to say he's hungry, is he? He might be. He might be? Mr. Edgeworth, help! Yes, there's a good boy. Now where was I? Ah, of course. I suddenly stopped hearing from the pop. And then people from 12 years ago started cropping up all over the place. It does all seem like a little too much of a coincidence, doesn't it? An attempt was made on the life of the man who was pretending to be President Wang all these years. Warden Lagarde murdered Bronco Knight while he was being held at the prison she ran. An Excelsius winner, chairman of the Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence, murdered Rosie Ringer. And the more I think back, the more it seemed at the time that some mysterious other presence was lurking behind all those incidents. Yes, even from behind bars, it was rather obvious that something strange was going on.
Hold it!
You thought you'd temporarily regain your freedom? Could you be any more brazen? Yeah, even a thief would struggle to get away with something like, I thought I'd temporarily steal it. Fear not, nobody was injured in the course of my escape. It wasn't necessary after all, I have my ways. Let's leave it at that, shall we? Leave it at, no way pal, you escaped, I ought to arrest you again right now. There will be no need for that, detective. As soon as my business is concluded, I'll return home to my cell. Are you serious? Prison isn't supposed to be someplace you can just stroll in and out of when you please. Strange that you should say that. Weren't you the one who strolled in to try and dig into my past only recently? You. Agent Lang, Detective Gumshoe. I need to be able to question Mr. Canis further. Could you both try to remain calm now? Sure thing, sir. Kinda knew you were gonna say that. Fine. But I'm not taking my eyes off old dog man. Not even for a second, you hear? I did so used to enjoy tapping out of my little letters in... I did so used to enjoy tapping out my little letters in Braille. Wait, this wasn't mentioned earlier.
Hold it!
In Braille? That's how you wrote all of them? That's right. I have the tools to do so in my cell. Huh? So you have to use special tools? I never thought about it before, but I guess that makes sense. And what exactly did you write about, if you don't mind me asking? Oh, this and that, general chit-chat, and chess moves, of course. You wrote the chess moves in Braille too? That's interesting. Speaking of chess moves, how does that piece you card yourself move, the dog? Perhaps we can talk about that later. For now, I'd like to know what happened when the letters stopped. I sat in my cell and tried to imagine where he might have gone. Okay, nope, still don't get it. What does he mean? Who's this pup he keeps talking about? Who indeed? It seems that not even Mr. Canis knows his true identity. So we should focus on what we do know, that there was a connection between the two of them. I'm particularly interested in how that connection was maintained. Sent to Bronco Knight by Canis, printed rather than handwritten.
Objection!
You said that you wrote all of your letters in Braille, is that correct? I don't mean to be rude, Mr. Prosecutor, but do you know about my condition, don't you? That's odd, because the chess diagram we found in Knight's cell didn't contain any Braille at all. Really? But surely that's impossible. How so exactly? Maybe someone typed Mr. Kansas' letters out on purpose. Meaning, there might have been some sort of intermediary between the two of them. So then... Mr. Canis said he wrote his letters in Braille, and yet... The letters received by Mr. Knight contained no Braille at all. This suggests that there must be a third party who typed Mr. Canis' letters out. Guess it could have worked the same way on the flip side too, right? Whoever it was could have taken Knight's letters and turned them back into Braille. They could indeed. I think you and Mr. Knight were both communicating with this person, Mr. Canis. Mr. Canis, the answers you received, they were written in Braille too, yes. So some mysterious middle person really was retyping the Bronxter's missives? And that same person might well be our secret string puller. Wait, you're trying to say there's another hidden mastermind behind this whole thing? Who's this new one? Bronco Knight, son of Artie Frost, is already dead. But what if the other child from the incident 18 years ago was actually who we've been looking for? Carmelo Gusto's son? But who is he, and where is he? If Knight was Frost's son, Gusto's son would have to be... I've known him since we were kids when both of us were all alone. He doesn't any have family, you see, just like me. Him? But surely not. It's like... crap. It's Lee... It's the suspect from case 2. Of course, it all makes sense. I know exactly who our so-called mastermind is. What? You have to tell us. I can hardly believe it, but it's somebody we know rather well. The person we've been looking for is... It's freaking this one, Simeon Saint. And he's Bronco's best friend.
Take that!
It has to be the person behind all this. The person who forced Chairman Winner's hand by sending the letter to Rosie Ringer. The person who kidnapped Sean and bugged Kay and myself. The person who did the strangest thing of all. Who drugged Kay and carried her up to the roof of the big building. It was the monster. The monster. What? Did you really just say what I thought you did? Yes, the monster. That was the key to unmasking our mastermind. Oh, I almost forgot. We're doing a new show soon. I'd love it if you could come, Mr. Edgeworth. I'll be joining Regina on stage for this one. That's right, the Very Big Circus is the biggest, most fabulous event in town. You'll have oodles of fun. Miss Lloyd, could I ask a favor? Cool, little old me, what kind of favor? You told us you recorded the sound of Taurosaurus breathing fire. Proof? What kind of proof? Did you capture something on your tape recorder, perhaps? Cool, you good, Ruffles. Sharper than a gosh dang tack. Capture the sound of the big old beastie. Sure did. Like I said, I didn't precisely see the guy, but boy did I hear him. Can we listen to the tape? You surely can. Let's see now. That's it. That sound. It must be what I think it is. My theory has to be correct. The truth about the monster, the identity of the person behind all this, is all falling into place. Miss Hart, you saw a giant eye at the window of the storeroom, did you not? Yup, snap me a picture of it too. Even if you can't rightly see it so well. Can't see it right now, but... Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir. Your image analyzer. Can we borrow it again? Sure, but what do you want to look at, sir? This photograph right here. Gotcha. I'm on it. The clue we're looking for must be here. We just have to find it.
Eureka!
That's... See? I done told y'all, Taurosaurus' own dang self. Yes, there it is at last. The monster commanded by the architect of this whole scheme. First try, she said she saw it, but so the only logical place is the window. The monster commanded by the architect of this whole scheme. Intro of the scene, yep. You're finally ready to admit it that he's Tangle Real, the big bad bull himself. No, because that isn't Taurosaurus at all. It's the eye of a different giant beast entirely. Take a look at this if you would. The Very Big Circus flyer? Ooh, wait, look! You see it? The enormous lion balloon? I thought it was Max Galactica. That's the real monster. And the sound Miss Lloyd thought was the creature breathing fire? Ah, come on, you're really gonna bring me crashing down to Earth like that. That's how balloons fly, huh? They burn gas to make hot air. They do, and our culprit was able to use that balloon to carry Kay up to the roof of the big building without ever going near the elevator. So this culprit, they've got something to do with the circus? Circus worker, friend of the Bronxster, son of Augusto. Whoa, you're not serious. You forgot to mention trainee animal trainer. Yeah, animal tamer. That's hard to believe. But he's the one who's been pulling the strings this whole time. Simon Keys. I know, Simeon Saint is the one behind all this. Simon Keys, the old name of this guy. Simeon? But everything, really? I don't believe you. We trusted him, and he trusted us. You can't tell me that was all lies. That would be too horrible. I'm sorry, Kay. Who was that? Hey, where do you think you're going, old man? Nothing escapes you, does it, young pup? My congratulations, Mr. Edgeworth. But now that I know the truth, my business here is done. What? No, Mr. Canis, wait. Urf, woof woof. Damn it, he disappeared. Are you okay, Mr. Edgeworth? Don't worry, I'm fine, but... Damn you. Are you alright, Sean? He killed my dad. He did, right? There's no easy way to say it, but... Sorry, Sean. It would appear that he did. He won't get away with it. I'll make him pay. Somehow, some way, I'll...
Overruled.
No, Sean. You mustn't say such things. I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth. You'll have to forgive us both. I just pulled a call out, sir. All units are on the lookout for Mr. Canis. I don't mean to hurry everybody, but we'd better be on our way too. Well, Mr. Prosecutor, where do you think we'll find our mastermind? I suppose you're right. We should go after the mastermind right now. He said he had to practice for the show, which I guess means he'll be at the circus. But before we leave, there's something I'd like to ask of you, Agent Lang. There is? What? Once a beast has been sighted, the next step is to plan its capture. When we arrive, there's something we'll need to try and find as a matter of priority. And Detective, I'd like you to look into something that's been bothering me about Sean's kidnapping. Yes, sir. I want to help too, Mr. Edgeworth. Good. There's somebody I'd like you to try and contact. If Saint really is our mastermind, we're going to need this person's help. Between our many encounters, I've never suspected a thing, even though he was right here in front of me. I messed up. There's no other way of putting it, but I'm going to put things right once and for all. To be continued. Latter! We're close to the end, hopefully. Alright. I think this is a good place to stop, so we'll end right here for now. Oh boy, at least that part was shorter than the freaking beginning, which had like... how many acts? Anyway, okay, new photo. Ah, my god. Alright, that would be it for tonight. Everyone, thank you very much for joining in. So hopefully, we'll continue this on Monday. So hopefully that would be the end. If not, I expect the end will probably drag out a bit. So we might allocate Tuesday up until that. But yeah, Dash, also thank you for sending that link. At least it puts all the rumors to rest. And we have a new Switch coming out soon, PM. Yeah. As for schedules, tomorrow I will be off. I will be back on Saturday for more Mario Maker 2 throw levels and shenanigans. Yep. Again, please do not forget to check out the socials, YouTube, TikTok, Discord, and Blue Sky. And if you are new here and enjoy content like this, please consider giving the channel a follow so that you can be notified when I go live the next time. Alright, let us find someone to raid. Somebody online. Excuse me. You know what? I think you're gonna still go on, so let's raid Tweed. Yep, we'll be reading Tweed. Let's go say hi. Tweed is playing SMW. He is playing Kaizo 9 Dreams. 9 Dreams? Is that the ROM hack name? Anyway. Yep, let's go say hi to Tweed. That would be it. Now that the Switch 2 trailer is out, there's gonna be more formal speculation for that. Anyway, that would be it. Everyone, thank you very much. Have a good rest of your day, rest of your night, and I will see you all next time. Bye.